Welcome to Shorthand Dictation Practice. Today's dictation, Shorthand Transcriptions, by Sir Kailash Chandra. Transcription number 22 at 100 words per minute. Get your pen and notebook ready. We will start the transcription in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start. Transcription number 22. Coming to the internal affairs of the country, Madam Deputy Chairman. The policies of the Government of India for the last 15 years have been so manipulated that the rich people are becoming richer and the poorer sections of the people are becoming still poorer. The committee that has been appointed to investigate into the question of the distribution of income has not yet given its verdict. But it is common knowledge that the people who are in the higher-ups have become more rich and the people in the lower rung have become poorer. The prices of essential commodities that the peasants and the workers use have gone up so high that they are not within the reach of the mass of the people of the country. Government have not taken adequate steps to bring down the prices and to stabilize the prices, as was recommended by the Food Grains Committee. We are now in the third plan. While the plans are progressing, the number of the unemployed in the country is increasing. This is a very anomalous position. It is the government alone that can explain why, in spite of the plans, the unemployment problem is becoming more and more acute. As was rightly pointed out yesterday by some speakers, our agriculture has not been paid due attention that should have been paid to in a country where 80% of the people live on land. Some 3 or 4 years back, when Mr. Ajit Prasad Jain was the Food and Agriculture Minister, he was made to resign under shady circumstances as one who had proved not capable of solving the food problem in the country. A suggestion was thrown that the portfolio of agriculture should be handled by an important member of the cabinet, and particularly in the states, by the chief ministers of the states. But nothing of the sort has happened. Whatever increase in food grains output we have obtained is not because of any increase in the yield per acre, but because of extensive cultivation. More land has been brought under cultivation, and some irrigation facilities have now been provided. But the increase that we have seen is not in keeping with the demand that is necessary for us to feed 400 millions in India. So, whatever industrial development we want, the basic factor is that our agricultural economy should be improved. For that, all efforts should be made. More fertilizers should be used, and new methods of cultivation should be employed for growing more food crops and for growing other cash crops. In a review that was published by the Planning Commission itself, they have pointed out that there is acute shortage of power in more than 50% of the states in India. We have accepted a planned economy. We have completed 2 plans, and we are now In the third plan, I do not know why the Planning Commission or the planners concerned did not foresee this shortage of power in most of the states in India, and why they did not plan for generation of more power so that people will not accuse the state governments or the Planning Commission that they did not work out the plans properly in order to have more industries and to have more food grains produced through lift irrigation. In most of the states, in Andhra, in West Bengal, in Bihar, in Karnataka, there is power shortage. Whatever power is available now is being rationed. There are thousands of units of small-scale industries which are not working for want of power, and there are thousands of lift irrigation pumps which are denied power supply for purposes of irrigating their lands. And wherever power is supplied, it is supplied during nights, which is not very convenient to make use of the power for agricultural purposes. The Finance Minister, in the statement that he made in the Lok Sabha and which was placed before us, has stated that it was assessed that for the successful implementation of the plan, even after taking every possible measure for the development of our exports, which clearly must be given the highest priority, we would need external assistance of the order of 2,600 crores rupees. And we have, however, been less successful in obtaining and utilizing the external assistance required for financing the imports necessary for our developing economy, to industrialize our country, and to bring it on par with other well-developed countries. We do need assistance, financial, technical and other assistance. The Finance Minister was so hopeful that he was getting 2,600 crores rupees of foreign aid from Aid India Club and other countries. But now he is not hopeful of getting that amount, which is necessary to fulfill the targets in the third 5-year plan. Glossary of Terms, Transcriptions 1 to 22. Note: the source pages for this glossary are laid out into columns that did not scan cleanly. The entries below are the ones that could be read with confidence. A small number of ambiguous fragments have been left out rather than guessed at. Entries are grouped by the transcription number they were originally keyed to, manipulated, arranged cleverly so as to benefit one group and harm another. Verdict: decision. Stabilize, strengthen, keep steady. Anomalous, abnormal. Portfolio: the charge or department of a minister. Output: yield, production. In keeping with idiom. In accordance with. Foresee, predict, see before it happens. Lift irrigation, irrigation water drawn from wells or tanks by pump. Of the order of. To the extent of, approximately. Foolish fervor for shorthand exam. Recruitment of stenographers in the departments and ministries of the government of India is done through competitive exams. These exams are divided into two broad disciplines: 1. written test in English, and general knowledge, and 2. Shorthand. The written test is composed of multiple choice questions. There are 100 or 200 questions. Each question is coupled with 4 answers A, B, C, D. One of these 4 answers is correct. Because of introduction of computerization in our country, this system of testing the knowledge of English and general knowledge of the candidates has been introduced. Factually speaking, it is a wrong method of testing the faculty level of the candidate. Generally, a candidate securing 40% marks is declared successful. Sometimes this minimum limit of 40% is lowered to 35 or even 30%. In the case of candidates belonging to scheduled castes, tribes and OBCs, this minimum limit is lowered to 25% or even 20%. He appears in the written test and selects one of the 4 alphabets A, B, C, D as his fortune star. Let us take the alphabet C. It is very likely that he would pass the test, because sometimes 40% of the answers are related to the alphabet C on the computer. Thus many candidates become successful by sheer chance. Moreover, even an idiot can answer a minimum of 10% of questions correctly. But what about the basic subject shorthand? It has been observed that the students think that after they clear the written test, shorthand speed of 120 WPM, and that too very accurate, below 1% mistake can be attained within a very short span of 1 month or so by attending 2 or 3 classes. Such students are under the impact of delusion. They suffer from mirage. In the words of Sir Isaac Pitman, our great guru, Rome was not built in a day. Firstly, shorthand speed takes its own time and requires continuously strenuous effort. After finishing theory, it takes minimum 1 year to develop 80 WPM speed, and from 80 words to 100 WPM, again 1 year is required. From 100 WPM to 120 WPM, it takes further 1 year. Thus, a minimum of 3 years perseverance with burning desire makes an efficient stenographer. This too is possible when the shorthand teacher is possessing par excellence and the requisite acumen to teach speed writing eminently. Those students who think that shorthand speed of 120 WPM can be acquired within 1 or 2 months by attending double or treble classes, their fate awaits failure, a sure failure. My suggestion is, first deserve, then desire. Shorthand exams are always held twice or thrice a year. By writing at a speed which is beyond the reach of a writer is poisonous. Suppose a student who can transcribe accurately at 80 W.P.M and tries his hand at a speed of 110 or 120 WPM. Near the exam is a self-killer. He spoils his outlines, wastes his money and, most importantly, his youthful span, which is up to 25 years, on a crucial date fixed by the Staff Selection Commission. Money can be earned. More time can be found. Youthful age can never be rolled back. So, go step by step in making speed. Don't write at a higher speed with a differential of more than 10 words of your stabilized hand, and continue your class for at least 2 years regularly, not intermittently, not 1 or 2 months before the shorthand test. Always get your training in speed writing under a teacher who is eminent not only in shorthand but also in English. For finding such a possessive teacher, you may have to travel a long distance between your place and the classroom. You may have to sacrifice your comfort of time. Remember, a patient has to do all this to be treated by an expert doctor. Sir Kailash Chandra. This completes today's dictation. Practice well and see you in the next session.